arranged in a straight line. So the answer to that is like, let's say it is like A, B, C, D. They can just like keep going on. So like to get that, it's like the amount of play. So to get the answer, you need to do the amount of athletes factorial. So there's 4 athletes. So 4 factorial equals to 24. Number 14. A professor is going to arrange her 7 students in a straight line. In how many ways can she do this? So it's 7 factorial. So this one I'm just going to read once again. So in how many ways can 4 athletes can be arranged in a straight line? So like there's the first person, the second person, the third, the fourth. So they can stand in any arrangement. And like the R and like here like NPR, permutations and combinations. So we're doing a permutation. Like the N and R, like the R is like the subgroup. So number 14. So a professor is going to arrange her 7 students in a straight line. How many ways can she do this? So like so this and this one, they're both a permutation question. And the formula is NPR equals to N factorial over N minus R factorial. So N means like the total, or how many things how many of something there is. Well, R is how many things like you take, or what something that happens. So like what we have to find out is 7 factorial is the N, or total of the students, and R is how many are like taken, like in like the class. So that means 7 factorial, 6 factorial equals 720 times 7 equals, so 0 for 7749 plus 1 equals 5,040. So the question is, how many ways can she put the classmates in different orders? So she could put it in 5,040 possible orders that she could do. Number 15. How many code symbols are formed with the letters in the word white? So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters in white. So that's how many letters. And like this, the white is like 5 letters as well to pick up in the word. So how many code symbols? That means we have to do 5 factorial, and 5 factorial equals 120. Number 16. In how many ways a team of 8 basketball players can choose a captain and a co-captain? So there are, how many is 8 basketball players, and a captain and a co-captain is R, or how many. So this one I'm going to use the fraction formula. So I'm going to use N. So we're going to do number 16. And how many ways of a team of 8 basketball players can choose a captain and a co-captain? So like the formula NPR is N factorial and minus R factorial. So over that with fraction. So N is how many R's to pick up. So 8 is like the total amount of basketball players. So I know it's my 8s over this. So I'm going to start. So I'm going to start off with 8 over here over 8 minus, and we're choosing a co-captain. So 2 is the amount we're like choosing to be the co-captain. Factorial. So 8 factorial, I'm going to go over here. So we know that 7 factorial equals 5,040. Now times 8 is a real big number. So 0 to, I need to slide over. So 2, 0, 2, and so 0, 4, 8, 32, 3, and 5, 8, 40. Fourth, it says 40,320. And 8 minus 2 equals 6 factorial. So this equals to 8 factorial, 40320 over 6 factorial. And we know that 6 factorial is 720. So that equals down here 4320 over 6 over 720. And I looked at, so this is a big number, but I found out that the number 4,320 divided by 720 has a clear answer. The answer is 56. So the question is, in how many ways is a team of 8 basketball players to choose a captain and a co-captain? So there's 56 ways. And to prove I'm correct, let's look at the formula and compare it to what I did over here. So n factorial, 8, yeah. And 8 minus 2, yep, I did that. And factorial, I also did that. So that can prove that my answer is correct by the formula. But something that can also prove is by looking if the multiplication is correct. So I know I've been talking. I'm going to talk about permutations and combinations one more time. Maybe I might do it again. But I know I did it like twice already. But I'm just going to do a good review. So n means how many, like the total of stuff. The total. Like 15 books, 15 subteams, 16, 17, any amount. Any amount of anything. R means pick up, or like how much you like something gets, or like what happens to that object. So permutations, it's the formula is NPR. That equals to n factorial over n minus r factorial. And it says if n equals to r, then that means n minus r factorial equals 1. Because 0 factorial equals 1. Don't ask me why. So if you don't know what I mean by n minus r factorial equals 1, here, I can show you this. So look, it says A, B, so like 4 athletes in straight line. So like the total is 4 athletes, but how many there are, like what happens to them, or like there's still 4. So I can like show it like this. So I'm going to write something down. So it means like 4 factorial over 4 minus 4 factorial equals to 24 over 0 factorial. And 0 factorial, I told you earlier in this episode, it equals 1. So 24 over 1, that equals to be 24.